Joshua is 27. He'll be 28 in January. When Josh first came to me, I was working at a hospital in Chicago. He came through my door at 3 o'clock. I was supposed to be at work at 3. I called and told him, I'm going to be a little late. I don't know how late, but I'll be there. I had my best girlfriend, sister, to come over. I said, I need you, Leola. You got to help me. She said, what I'm going to do? I said, just come. So when she got to my house, about 10 minutes before Josh came through the door, I explained to her that Joshua is coming. And he's special need, and I'm going to need her to come stay a couple of days to help me transition him into my home. When he came to the door, he came through with his grandmother and his mom and I want to say maybe 2 other people. And when he got to the door, he looked all around my house. He looked everywhere. He ran to the fridge, he opened it up and he checked it out, looked up and down like, food. And I said, oh my God, he's so busy. I said, but Leola, can you handle him? She said, yes. I said, because I got to go to work. If I knew, because they were supposed to arrive at 9 in the morning, but they didn't arrive until after 3. And I said, if I would have known this, I would have took off today. I left, I went to work. I was so nervous. I called her about every half an hour. I said, this is the day I'm going to get fired because I don't normally be on the phone. I said, but I'm so nervous because I got me a new kid and I need to know how to deal with him. She said, don't worry, it's under control. And so when I got home that night, she said, only thing, I got off of work at 11. I worked in Illinois, but I lived in Indiana. I gets home about 12:15. She said, he won't go to sleep. I said, okay. So me and her, we set up and we just watched him and watched him and watched him. Next thing I know, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. We were still watching him. I said, they never told me that he had a sleeping problem. I said, I got very little history on him. But it went on for about a week. He might sleep an hour here, an hour there. So I guess I said, maybe it's the new environment why he won't sleep. So then I called this case manager. She came down to visit, and she was so surprised that he was sitting in a chair with us so still. She said, I'm so used to him just moving nonstop. I said, well, I didn't get much of a history. So she started telling me different things about Josh, and I have never heard of a Medicare waiver. And she explained that to me. I said, how do I get it started? She said, his is already in place. I said, okay, so what do I do? She said, I'm gonna come back down in about 30 days and I'm gonna take you step to step how to actually use his waiver. And she did. When he first came to my house, I had an agency who gave me $1,000 a month to take care of him. I gave $600 a month to my caregiver to watch him while I go to work. And I said, okay, I got $400 a month to take care of him. And I said, okay, he's in diapers, he needs plenty of skin care and all this. I would take him to the doctor. Oh, the state don't pay for this, the state don't pay for that. So all the money I got, I used it on trying to keep up with his diapers and his care and stuff. And I said, oh wow, I need to work overtime sometime to keep up with the money that it's gonna take to take care of him. And I went to my agency and they was like out of sight, out of mind. They really wanted me to put me in a room and say, this is what we're gonna give you now, you shut up and don't you say nothing else to nobody else. So I was like, boy, this still isn't enough. So he gave me an increase of $600. They gave me the money to pay for my caregiver to take care of him. Well, once the Gwen put his waiver in place, it worked out very well for me. I found it very frightening, but I guess I was very lucky because I had a case manager who had been with my son before he came to my house, and she followed him to my home. And she started educating me first and telling me, you need to do this, you need to do that. And it took off to the point that I would even go to conference all the way in San Francisco and other states to find out how their programs was working in them different states. And it gave me even more knowledge about people with disability. I just fell in love with him. And to watch him grow was so exciting to me in my life. It's like it woke me up to a lot of things that I never knew. And to work with him, as time went on, I found more and more about people with disability knowledge that it makes me wonder what happened to the people who don't have someone to help them. Like me, I'm very involved in my child's life. I started off with the school system, and it helped me to learn a lot of knowledge about the school system in the state of Indiana, because I became the advocate for people with disability in the school system to help them with their IEPs. And I had so much knowledge that I didn't know that I have learned over the years. And there's so many people out there that really need help with disability, and people don't understand that it takes knowledge to help someone to get from A to B when you don't have assistance. Is so frightening to watch people with disability who's trying to figure out what to do next with their life.